Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the Bombardier Challenger 300 private jet. Please remember to like and subscribe. Now let's get right into it. Fact 1. Bombardier Continental. When Bombardier Aerospace first announced the Challenger 300 model at the Paris Air Show, it was actually called the Bombardier Continental. And makes sense because although Bombardier has the Challenger 600 variant or model, the Challenger 300 was a completely brand new aircraft with brand new designs. And so it makes sense that initially they used a totally different name instead of Challenger and a number. And to be honest, I think they should have kept the name Bombardier Continental for this aircraft. Because when you name it Challenger 300 and you already have a Challenger 600 model line, it's gonna confuse people. People are definitely gonna assume that Challenger 300 is just a smaller version of the 600, or that the 600 is a bigger version of the 300. But that's just not true. As you'll see as we get into the next section, it's a totally new design. Alright, fact 2. Independent of the Challenger 600. Continuing from the previous section, the Challenger 300 is not a diminutive version of the Challenger 600. For Bombardier Aerospace, Challenger 600 is one of their most well-known aircrafts. And so when people think about Bombardier private jets, they think of the Challenger 600. And so when you name something Challenger 300, they're probably gonna think, oh okay, so Bombardier Aerospace probably took out some features, miniaturized the design, and made a Challenger 300. But actually that's not true at all. Challenger 300 was a completely new design from the ground up. The entire aircraft has different dimensions, different winglets, different wingspans, and uses different engines as well. Everything's totally different in the Bombardier Challenger 300. And they decided to do this independently because they wanted a fresh start instead of a derivative of this Challenger 600. And so next time someone thinks that the Challenger 300 is simply a smaller of the Challenger 600 model, you can correct them and let them know that Challenger 300 is actually its own independent model. Alright, fact 3. 3,100 nautical mile range. The Challenger 300 competes in the mid-size business jet category and has a range of 3,100 nautical miles. This range is significant because anything less will be more into the light turbojet category. For the Challenger 300, 3,100 nautical miles is a good distance to fly from one side of the United States to the other. This range provided by Challenger 300 could also allow its operators to go from California to Hawaii without any troubles. I think with a range of over 3,000 nautical miles, most places within the United States is within reach. And this is important because most people travel by private jet is using it to save time. If your jet can't fly far enough and needs to stop over for fuel every so often, it's going to add up to your total travel time. And so I think the Challenger 300, despite being a mid-sized to lower light jet aircraft, has a very good range. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Access to luggage. Another cool part about the Challenger 300 is its direct access to your luggage. The luggage compartment is directly behind the lavatory at the rear of the aircraft. There's a door at the rear aircraft where you can open up and directly access the stuff you brought with you on your trip. This feature is pretty common on heavy jets such as the Global Express 7000 or Gulfstream 650 and so forth. But for some smaller jets such as the Challenger 300, it is not as common but very widely appreciated. Because if you think about it, when you're flying private jet, you demand things sometimes. And when you put things in luggage and you forgot about it and you need to get it during flight, and all you have to do is go through the lavatory to get it, it's so much easier than waiting for the plane to land and to access the cargo hold below the aircraft. When you have to do that, it really kills the mood because you want to travel in comfort, having things what you want when you want it. And so with the cargo hold directly behind the bathroom, now during the flight, you can easily access the luggage that you brought or some items that you brought you want to use during flight. And you don't need to take it out of the luggage before the flight. You can simply keep it in the luggage compartment. Let's get to the next and final fact, replaced by the 350. When you search for Challenger 300s for sale, you won't find any. And the reason is because it stopped being produced. Bombardier Aerospace is now currently producing the Challenger 350 model rather than the 300. The 350 model improves upon the 300 model and is now the only Challenger 300 series aircraft that's currently being produced. The Challenger 350 improves on the 300 with 20% taller cabin windows and 7% more takeoff thrust, with the same durability and reliability rating. It also allows for more fuel payload, meaning it could extend its range, and the winglets have a less acute angle that reduces drag and enlarges the span of the wing. And as I mentioned, with increased fuel payload, it means a greater range. And indeed, the Challenger 350 has a nautical range of 3,200, and therefore gaining 100 nautical miles more than its predecessor. You may not think it's much, but it actually increases the reach of this aircraft without refueling, and as I mentioned previously, really helps to widen the buyer pool because everyone wants to fly there to their destination as fast as possible. Alright, that's it for my video today. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.